Welcome back to Talking with Chima. On the previous episode, we did talk about a few things, but today I'm coming on a little bit more serious with some serious issues that I would like to talk about. There's so many things. We've got the hashtag Free Zimbabweans, Zimbabwe Lives Matters. We've got the hashtag last time on Juneteenth in June, we had a Black Lives Matter movement, and it had shown that it had a lot of impact. And I would like to get into this Zimbabwean Lives Matter so that people can understand where it's coming from, where it is going, and how long people have been so oppressed.
We gon' fight, we gon' fight, we love to fight, we gon' fight, we gonna fight, we gon' fight, fight for our rights. Not the trade it in Zimbabwe, set it up in Zimbabwe, mash it up in Zimbabwe, Africans are liberate.
I come from a landlocked country, and one of the countries that locks our country is Zimbabwe, and we've always heard of the struggles of Zimbabwe. Oh my God, now they don't have a currency, this and that. So right now that people are actually asking for freedom, would like to get into that. So I'm going to start with what is Zimbabwe, so that we also understand that Zimbabwe is a country in Africa. For those that are listening to me from other countries, it's a country in Africa. We are the lower side of the African continent, so it's next to my country. So I wanted to go with the flag because they've shown the graphics of the flag, showing the Zimbabwe Lives Matter. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna show you guys the flag, what the flag contains and its meanings. Every country has got its meaning, and like my country, it talks about freedom, peace, whatever. And when they wanted to change that, people actually did complain, like, no, why we don't have this right now? So why would we say we are changing and all that kind of stuff when nothing has really changed? So every flag has a meaning. So we're going to go to the Zimbabwean flag right now so that we see the meaning and what it's all about. So I'm going to click on Wiki. The national flag of Zimbabwe, in Shona, they say Mureza we Zimbabwe, consists of 7 even horizontal stripes of green, gold, red, and black, with a white triangle containing a red 5-pointed star with the Zimbabwe bird. The present design was adopted in the 1980s, and the soapstone bird featured on the flag as a statue of a bird that runs of the Great Zimbabwe. So the bird symbolizes the history of Zimbabwe, and the red star beneath this officially stands for the nation's aspirations, but is commonly thought to symbolize socialism and the revolutionary struggle for freedom and peace. So the flag is already telling us that they did have those struggles that time when most of our countries were colonized by the British. So our flags are based on that freedom, blood, peace kind of stuff. So even our flag from my country, Malawi, also has those kind of stuff. So they're saying there's that revolutionary struggle for freedom and peace. So it's still evolving as we're going. So I think from then till now, the struggle for freedom and peace might have changed a little bit, but it has not reached to where people are comfortable with it. That's why Zimbabwe Lives is coming in as it matters. So I want to get into so they don't explain the other parts of the flag, but it shows that so the main issue is that it's showing the revolutionary struggle for freedom and peace. So has the freedom changed, or is it changing for Zimbabwe? We don't know, but it shows that something is coming up. And I feel like I think in the past 5 years we did hear that Mugabe, who was the president for the longest time, was moved out by the military, and I've seen some people here are complaining. I'm gonna put these up on the video. The Twitter, let me go on to this www news so that you guys can be able to see what people are saying about this. Like, it's not just about the Black Lives Matter. Someone said, I remember someone was like, we have Black Lives Matter in the US, but we also have tribalism that is going on in our countries. So those are the struggles that we also face, like on this side. Yes, we are changing, the revolutionizing that freedom and all that kind of stuff, but it seems like there's still problems that we are going through that might take longer than we anticipated for them to get, fixed and everything like that. So it's all about showing change and making sure that as we're doing all those things, we are also comfortable with the change that we're trying to get, because I feel like change comes with a lot of pain. That's the thing that people don't understand. If you're gonna have change, it has to be painful. Not because it has to be, but most of the times it is. There's gonna be some struggles and all that kind of stuff. That's why even today, as our countries have independence, as Zimbabwe has independence, has democracy, is because other people had to fight for those rights, and other people had to, blood was shed and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes when there is change there, we have to fight for it. That's why even for the Black Lives Matter movement, you could see people were like protesting. You had to be in the burning sun, you're showing forth your emotions out there so that something can be moved and there can be some change. So yeah, so I'm gonna go into this. They said News de Zimbabwe. It's a Zimbabwean. It was uploaded on Monday. It should be yesterday. Yeah. So it's showing some of the screenshots from Twitter and what people are saying. So they're like, dear Twitter, please make a graphic design hashtag for Zimbabweans Lives Matter. I think it deserves more recognition the same way the Black Lives Matter movement has graphic. Can you make something? Thank you so much for hearing our suffering under the violent power of the hard despot yesterday. I had a AK-47 pointed at me and my colleague by abused soldiers that just wanted our money and want to shoot. This is Zimbabwe. I'm glad the driver did not panic, or we could be dead. This is one of the problems that I have with African military. They swear to serve and protect us, but at the same time they do not serve the people, and they definitely most of the times do not protect us. Most of the times we are scared of the army, not because the support they're giving us comfort or they are the army, but because they are harming the actual citizens of the country, and they're protecting people that are not citizens of the country. So this is one of the things that I have issues with. I feel like if you are swearing to serve and protect, try with your own people first, and not like killing your own people, just scaring your own people like this. You're robbing your own people just to make money. But I also understand from another perspective that maybe these soldiers are also abusing people, because they're also facing abuse. There is no money. There is like the money is not enough to buy groceries. Things are too expensive and stuff like that. So all those things can lead to the type of trauma that can be causing all this kind of stuff. So I'm gonna read AKA, I think this guy is an artist, I think, because he came to our country I think a few months ago. Is it last year? I don't remember. I'm not really that social, guys. So he's saying, imagine our fellow Africans too busy focused on Black Lives Matter happening 15,000 kilometers away to care about those very same black lives next door. Black is king, my ass. Stay strong, Zimbabwe. So he's addressing that issue whereby sometimes we are always giving support to those that are outside, Africans that are living in other countries, but we are not getting that support back, or we are not showing that same support to ourselves instead of investing that support in ourselves so that our things can change, so that we can have change. You're always like stressing it out to other people that already are, they're united, that other side. So he's saying, let's spread awareness about what's going on in Zimbabwe, and not only Zimbabwe, like most of the African countries. Presidents, please reduce the corruption, or not corruption at all. And I'm glad, like in my country, Malawi, like this era, this year has shown true democracy, as people were able to impeach out the other president because he had stolen votes, like the elections were rigged and had to do them again. And then now, even though the person that's there, we don't really know how they're gonna handle things, but at least it has shown that the voice of the people has power, and that's what people want, our voice to be heard, our voice to show that we have power. So Msusi Maimane, he said, Etia at Trevor Noah, can we find a way to bring global attention to the human rights abuses in Africa? So he's tagging Trevor Noah because Trevor Noah is an African, but he does have a global impact as he's having his show or whatever. So he has like a huge base way that can bring awareness and change. So he says the attacks on black lives in our neighborhoods back home here, Trevor, back home here, which need global solidarity. A burning topic right now is the arrest of journalists and activists in Zimbabwe. So some people have been doing some activism, and some people have, this is what happens most of the times in Africa. Like every time there are peaceful demonstrations, there's gonna be some army guys or some other people, some police that are gonna arrest someone for protesting, and they're gonna make sure that they stay locked in. Or I remember like when people were protesting for the rigged votes in my country, Malawi, we had one young man that was shot, and people didn't really put so much stress on it, but it's something that is not supposed to be happening. There was no reason to shoot there was no reason to shoot. The tear gas was enough. Why would you do tear gas and then shoot someone? So they shot him in the head, he died. He didn't make it. So this is one of the things. Instead of the military, I know that the president is the chief in command or whatever, but the military should be with the people as they are also citizens of the country. Survivor Kasukuwere said, we can't be indifferent to the pain and suffering of our people. This pain has to come to an end. And the pain is not just about how we're being treated, but also it's different if you're being treated badly and you're living a good life, but there is no good life and there's just harassment everywhere. There's no peace, there's nothing. So let's bring Zimbabwe to a change. And the last guy, Tendai Mtawarira, he said, I think it's a he or she, I think it's a he. He said, my prayers this weekend have been to those that have been tortured and arrested in the intent peaceful protest back home. Constitutional rights should be criminalized. Free Zimbabweans. So we want our brothers and sisters to be free. I've got some Zimbabwean friends over here as well, and we would like them to be free. Like, it's too much. There's a lot of racism, tribalism, a lot of why is I'm a citizen in my own country, but I'm still receiving racism from an outsider. How? And then when I report that, it's like, oh no, the foreigner has more supremacy over you that is from that country, whether they're white or they're Caucasian, whatever. But what we're trying to say is that our lives matters, our voice matters, and we just want change. That's it. So we want change. So we're praying for Zimbabwe. We would like Zimbabwe to show change and all that kind of stuff. And this type of racism has to stop. Sexual harassment has to stop. I want to point on like sexual harassment. Like the other day, I am in an elevator here in India, and someone is trying to sexually harass me in the elevator, honestly. And I push them out of the elevator as soon as the doors open. So we need to address these issues more so that we don't, because there could be someone who does not have enough energy that cannot be able to push that predator, or someone who, I don't know, maybe the elevator suddenly stops or jams or something, and then you're abused and stuff like that. So we have to lift our voices out so that they should be changed. There should be movement. People are persecuted and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to touch on a topic that I wanted to talk about last time, but I was unable to talk about it because not because I was busy, but I just got into some things. Entanglements, people, entanglements. We had a Nigerian student here in India, in Nigeria. student. We had a Nigerian student that was brutally beaten and abused by Indians here, and the vice chancellor of the school was also there, and he did not do anything about it and allowed this student to be abused, beaten, just because he was trying to go get groceries, and just because he was Nigerian, just because they stereotyped him to be Nigerian, and they just stereotyped him to be someone who's doing something wrong or is not supposed to be in the place that he's supposed to be. But this student is paying fees to your school. This student is attending your classes. This student is just being a student. He was just trying to get some food. So let's stop the brutality. Comment in the section below the troubles you're facing racism and Zimbabwean Lives Matter campaign. We're gonna put it in the link below. If I find what the campaign links, I'm gonna put them in the link below. And once again, you've been talking with Chima, and I've been talking to you, and you've been listening. Make sure you give this a thumbs up and comment below on the next topic you think, the urgent matters that you think should be spoken more about, and what you believe that. Let's pray for Zimbabwe. Let's pray for Zimbabwe, and let's pray for our brothers and sisters everywhere in other countries as well that are facing troubles in our own countries. One love, peace.
Go ahead and call me a coward, say that I'm not strong because I'm not like you. Go ahead and call me crazy because I live in a maze. Tell me, how about you? I think I live in my head. Sometimes I think that I'm dead. I hide behind my youth. No, I've been losing my mind and I'm a little behind. Step aside my shoes, cause I never been happy with myself, and I don't need no one feeling bad for me, trying to offer me pity and throw jabs at me. Wanna give me advice and then laugh at me behind closed doors. Just close the door and let me be by myself, just me and myself. I'm tired of living, I cry, I hear it's easy to die, I wanna see for myself. And I know that sounds crazy to everyone else, but I'm depressed as fuck, stressed as fuck, ain't no medicine.